I am D.H. Patel, Assistant Professor, Dairy Technology Department at SMC College of Dairy Science, Anand. I am one of the content writer of paper number 13, Food Additives, module that is Forming Agent, Humectants and Propellants. As we all know, each category of food additives has its own application. And in this module, we are going to discuss about the important humectants, propellants and some forming agents with their probable applications in a food system. First of all, we will see the forming agents. The forming agents are substances added to precipitate residual pectin, thus strengthening the supporting tissues and preventing its collapse during processing. Generally, fruits and vegetables contain pectin components, and the addition of the calcium salt causes the formation of calcium pectate gel, which supports the tissues and affords protection against softening during processing. The calcium salt is sometimes added to the canned vegetable in a form of a tablet containing both sodium chloride and a calcium chloride. Canned vegetables, canned apples, frozen apples and tomatoes are sometimes treated during the processing with the calcium chloride, calcium citrate, monocalcium hydrogen phosphate, calcium lactate or calcium sulfate to prevent them from becoming a soft and a disintegrating. The suggested level of use of these calcium salts is 0.02%, that is calculated as a calcium in the final food product. In a canned potatoes, calcium chloride and a calcium citrate at a level of 0.5% calculated as a calcium are used. Calcium chloride. As a forming agent, calcium chloride is used in a canned vegetables, in a forming soybean curd into tofu, and in a producing a caviar substitute from vegetable or fruit juices. It helps to maintain firmness of fruits and vegetables or interact with gelling agents to strengthen the food structure. Calcium chloride acts as a forming agent in a cheddar and a cottage cheese. A calcium chloride may impart stomach irritation in a sensitive people. A calcium phosphate. A monocalcium phosphate is used as a source of calcium to improve the structure from low gluten flours. It is also used to increase the firmness of canned vegetables such as carrot and tomatoes. The another is Konjac. In a table dessert gels and aspics, 0.6% of Konjac gum kappa carrageen blend gives firm cohesive textures. The thermally stable glucomannan gel is used in a coarse ground sausages and a meat analogues as a texture modifier and a water binder. The typical products include aspics, surimi, frozen desserts, sauces and batters. A calcium sulfate. A calcium sulfate is used in the preparation of water for brewing to provide both calcium and sulfate ions which are present in naturally hard water. In canned fruits and vegetables, it is used to provide calcium ion for reaction with natural cell wall pectin to maintain the firmness of the pieces. In a baking, it helps bubble stability and a cell strength. Now we will discuss about the humectants. As we all know, the humectants are the food additives which are added to retain the moisture into the products. Generally, humectants are polyhydric alcohols and most of them have a laxative effects that will restrict their use in the food system. So let's see one by one. The next category of additives is humectants. The humectants are hygroscopic substances incorporated in a food to promote a retention of moisture. It prevents food from drying out by counter-reacting the effect of a wetting agent, atmosphere having a low degree of humidity. The example of products that use humectants include shredded coconut, cookies, glazed and dried fruit, gelatin products, and cakes. The high dosage of polyhydric alcohol may cause a laxative effect and usage is somewhat limited as a result. The important humectant is a sorbitol. It is widely present in nature, particularly as a constituent of many fruits and berries. The sorbitol syrup is also used as an efficient humectant and as a sequestering and emulsifying agent in a confectionery and bakery products as well as mayonnaises, creams and sausages. Excessive consumption of sorbitol can produce a laxative effect. The next humectant is glycerol. It is used as a humectant to keep a foodstuff moist to the palate without the risk of mold or a bacterial growth. It is also used to retard the styling and to improve texture by plasticizing the food. The glycerol is also less volatile than water, which means that is better at maintaining the moistness over the shelf life of the product. It does have a particular taste effect of leaving a slight burning sensation in the throat, which limits the quantities that can be used in a product. The glycerol is used mainly in cakes as well as the confectionaries. The another humectant is xylitol, that is a masking agent and as an energy source in an intravenous product. The xylitol is well tolerated, but as with other polyols, excessive consumption can cause a laxative effects. The lysitol is used in a chewing gum, mints and a gum arabic pastilles and other confectionery. It is also used in a toothpaste, mouthwash and other dental specifically products and as an excipient in a pharmaceutical products. Erythritol, it can be used as a sweetener like other currently permitted polyols. Apart from sweetener, it can act as a flavor enhancer carrier, humectant, stabilizer, thickener, bulking agent and a sequestrant. The erythritol has a laxative effect but at a higher dose than other than the polyols. The typical products that can be used, it is a confectionery, desserts, food supplements and a liquors. The next is polydextrose. Polydextrose function as a humectant and retard the loss of moisture in a baked good, which helps protect against styling. It is used in a no added sugar, energy reduced or dietetic products including chocolate, hard candy, frozen dairy desserts, baked good, fruit spreads and fillings, surimi and beverages. The polydextrose may also be used in a conjunction with other material as a film and a tablet coating agents. The next is propane 1,2-diol. A propane 1,2-diol is also known as propylene glycol and it is very much useful as a anti-caking agent, anti-foaming agent, emulsifier, flow treatment agent, humectant, stabilizer, thickener, carrier solvent, etc. Now coming to the another category of food additives, that is propellants. Propellants help propel food from a container. They are pressurized gases used to expel food from its container. The pressurized aerosol container are used to dispense fluid food products in a form of a liquid, foam or a spray. The use of propellants provide the necessary pressure to force the food to out the aerosol container. The most commonly used propellants include a nitrogen, nitrous oxide and a carbon dioxide. The latter propellants are generally used to dispense foam and spray type products such as whipped cream, cheese and a mustard. This is because nitrous oxide and a carbon dioxide tends to dissolve in a fluid food and expand during its release from the container, causing the formation of spray or a foam. The nitrogen does not exhibit such properties and thus is used to dispense food that are required in a liquid form. Examples, that is oil and a syrup. Now let's see one by one. A nitrous oxide, it is used in a whipping creams and a mousses and as a propellant in a aerosol creams. The nitrous oxide is very reactive gas requiring a safety measures. The shelf life in a packaged dairy products can be extended by the use of nitrous oxide, where oxidative rancidity can be avoided. The typical products includes ready to serve whipped cream. The whipped cream by nitrous oxide has a higher foaming stability and the taste of nitrous oxide contained whipped cream is similar to a air whipped cream. The next is butane and iso-butane. Both are colorless, odorless, flammable gases at a normal temperature and a pressure. They are readily liquefied under pressure at a room temperature and are stored at shipped as a liquids. The butane and iso-butane can be used as a propellants in a vegetable oil, pan sprays and water-based emulsion sprays. The next is a propane. Propane is a colorless, odorless, flammable gas at a normal temperature and a pressure which is easily liquefied under pressure at a room temperature. The propane is stored and shipped in a liquid state. The propane can be used as a propellant in a vegetable oil pan sprays and a water-based emulsion sprays. So by this module, we can come to know the different types of fumigation, humectants and propellants are used in a food system and their application in a food industry. Thank you.